It's officially the holiday season. So excited. What is one big stress releaser I could do this holiday season? Releaser? Reliever. Jeez. So today is a cozy Christmas reset. I'm gonna be finishing the decorating, making that viral cranberry recipe, and getting ahead before December hits full speed. Ah, crap. I gotta hurry up and make this for you because I gotta take my bra off. We actually started decorating right after Halloween, which is still wild to me because Derek and I used to firmly believe in decorating after Thanksgiving. But last year, we totally changed our minds. We were in the mood and we wanted to put it up. It takes me a good couple of weeks to finish everything anyway, and with how busy December gets, I want to walk into the month with the decor pretty much done. That way I could just jump into the holidays. Now this has become one of my favorite ways to take some stress off my plate during the holidays. Okay, tell me in the comments, when do you start decorating for Christmas and the holidays? I did wait to decorate the trees. We are gonna do them this coming week, which is the first week in December. We're gonna do it with a kickoff dinner. I did this last year, made a nice dinner, a treat with the kids, gave them their Christmas jammies, made it feel really special, and we decorated the tree while we watched a Christmas movie. It was so good. Oh, speaking of Christmas jammies, I need to go out and get ours. Oh my goodness. That's right. Last year we decided to give Christmas jammies out the beginning of the season instead of Christmas Eve. That way we can enjoy them the weeks leading up. All right, Mr. Toodles and I are gonna have to go out tonight and snag some jammies. I felt how soft this blanket is, and I'm like, I gotta take a second and just sit, and I thought I would have a little chat with you guys. I have been dealing with some major perimenopause symptoms. Yeah. And I know I'm not alone because a lot of you expressed in the comments that you are going through this or have gone through this, and you've been cheering me on and letting me know that I'm not alone, and that just feels so good. I would say for me, the big ones is brain fog, just joint pain. The traffic aggression lately has been pretty bad, and I just don't care. But I would say out of all of that, the biggest struggle is sleep. Going to bed on the average during the week, 3 a.m. is getting pretty ridiculous. So I decided I really need to talk to somebody about this. And it was perfect timing because I recently partnered up with MIDI Health. So thank you, MIDI, for sponsoring today's video. MIDI is a virtual care clinic designed specifically for women. They offer visits for perimenopause, menopause, longevity, weight, mood and memory, skin and hair, and more. And the visits are covered by insurance in most states, which is awesome. So I booked my first MIDI Health visit online, and honestly, it was so much different than what I expected. Truly, in the best way. My MIDI clinician actually listened as I explained my symptoms and what I've been experiencing, and the best part was she validated it. Like, what I was experiencing is normal. I felt heard and I felt seen. She really took the time to explain to me what is truly happening during perimenopause and how MIDI looks at things like your thyroid, your hormones, your cholesterol, blood sugars, and inflammation. So, you know, all the areas that happen when you shift in age. And here I am at 48, and I don't always feel 48, but these perimenopause symptoms definitely remind me that my body is changing, and that's okay. I just want to go through it gracefully, not like a freaking wrecking ball, you know? Especially enjoying the last 2 kids that are in the home and future grandkids. Now and in the future, I want to be available for my family. It was truly a great visit with MIDI Health. I feel like we set up a path to move forward, and that's exciting. So if you're in this season of life too and want more clarity on what your body is doing, or want a team who really understands women's health during this time, you can book your own MIDI Health visit. I'll have my link below for you if you want to check it out. Oh my gosh, it's snowing. This is the first snowfall in the valley. Ooh, it's cold. Oh, that just made me want some hot chocolate. How cute is this corner here on the counter? Oh my gosh. I used to do hot cocoa stations with the kids for Christmas when they were little all the time, and I would go all out. The chocolate, creamers, candy canes, like the whole shebang. But I want to put something super simple here with the hot cocoa mugs in this cute sign. So I'm gonna go shop my home. Okay, I found 2 of these containers that I'm not using right now in my pantry. These are the Better Homes and Gardens canisters. They're really nice. I've had them for years. So I'm gonna put in our Stevens hot chocolate. I love buying the big version of this either at Sam's Club or Costco. And then I just bought some mini marshmallows and voila. So these are the smaller containers that they have, and they can hold up to 4.5 cups. And there we go, our little hot cocoa station. Oh, and my newest Santa decoration this year is Santa in his PJs, slippers, and his hot cocoa and cookie. How cute is he? Yeah, I found him at Hobby Lobby, so he definitely has to go here with the hot cocoa station. I love this. I mean, come on, look at his slippers. How stinking cute is that? All right, that is my super simple hot cocoa station, and I love it. We look forward to scarfing down our Italian Christmas cookies every year, but I don't always want to bring out everything, you know. Then we have to bake them and frost them, and it's a process. So I thought on this day, I'm gonna take the day, crank out the cookies, bag the majority of them up, and put them in the freezer. Okay, I am so excited about this baking sheet because I knew I could probably get all of my Italian Christmas cookies baking on it, especially when I double the recipe. And I thought, great, this will make the baking process faster. So I loaded it up, but then ran into a hiccup. It doesn't fit. It's too wide and too long. Oh my gosh. I tried to be like steps ahead. I thought for sure that would fit her oven. That sucks. My great plan failed. You know, I got 112 cookies on that baking sheet. Oh well. The positive thing is now I have a big tray to roll the cookie dough balls on and place them on. So it's like a pan for the cookies that are on deck. So when I put this first batch in the oven, I kept rolling more balls, putting them on the sheet. So that way when one batch came out, I could hurry and put the balls on the baking sheet and put it into the oven. I can't put 2 baking sheets in my oven at the same time with these cookies because they just don't cook right. They don't cook evenly. So even though the baking sheet failed, it still has its uses. Okay, so I made 2 double batches of my cookies. So I got about 460 Italian Christmas cookies. So now I have cookies for some parties coming up, for neighbor gifts, friend gifts. So if anyone wants to make a treat bag, they could take some cookies out, hurry and frost them, put the sprinkles on. It dries really quick. They could bag them up and send them on their way. I can't frost them now and put them in the freezer because then the frosting will crack and flake off. And frosting them is no big deal. This is gonna save me so much time. All 4 of these Ziploc bags has 100 cookies in them. And this bowl here, I'm just gonna leave out and frost and we'll eat this week. Oh, it feels so good to have these done. All right, I wanna get a few things prepped for my pantry for future baking. So I noticed the topic of discussion in a lot of my recent videos is how expensive chocolate chips are right now. It's crazy. If you could find a deal on them, then the shelf is like wiped out. But I was noticing that with these sales, they really weren't that great. It wasn't worth trying to get them because Sam's Club and Costco sells the big 72-ounce bag of Nestle morsels, the semi-sweet, for $15.99. But I noticed compared to the stores in my area, you know, what a normal 12-ounce bag is, you know, you could be paying, I've seen anywhere from $4.68 to $5.49, and some stores had them like $6. Outrageous. But if you were to get the 72-ounce bag from Costco or Sam's Club, there are 6 12-ounce bags in that one big bag. Does that make sense? And that comes to $2.66 a bag. So $2.66 for 6 12-ounce portions. So I bought 2 of those bags and decided to portion them out. I have no chocolate chips on my shelf. I have no chocolate chips in my freezer. So I have this container of chocolate chips in my pantry, and as you can see, we are pretty much out. That's it. And I was able to fill it up with 7.5 cups of chocolate chips. So I grabbed my food saver and I am putting 2 cups of chocolate chips into each bag. And we're gonna seal these up. And that equals 12 ounces, so that will make a batch of chocolate chip cookies. I can take this bag now and put it on my shelf and it will last, like seriously, a year, 2. As long as the air doesn't leak out and it's like this, you're fine. But I could also throw this in my freezer. So from doing that, I was able to get 8 12-ounce portions, and then the canister holds about 7.5 cups. And what I was left in this bowl is about a cup. I'll just put those in a baggie and put them in my pantry. So that to me right now is the biggest money saver for the holidays. I did the same things with my M&Ms, my Christmas M&Ms. Now, we like to have these for our M&M Christmas cookies. And honestly, during the Christmas season, we usually make one double batch of these. I don't usually take out my Bosch and make more during the Christmas season, but I don't want to pay an insane price on these. They're so expensive. So right now, the 10-ounce bag, the prices I'm seeing are anywhere from $3.96 to almost $6 a bag. But the stores also sell a bigger bag of those. It's a 38-ounce bag. They sell anywhere from $13.49 to $15.49. And I got the 62-ounce container at Sam's Club for, I think, $13.48. It's normally $16.48, but I got it for $13.48. Let's just say the average bag is $4.50 at the store for the 10-ounce bag. So in that container, I could get just over 6 10-ounce bags. And that would cost me about $27 at the grocery store. So by getting this canister at Sam's Club, those bags theoretically cost $2.24. Big savings. So I portioned those out, and we already did some snacking on them. We couldn't help ourselves. Derek and I were craving chocolate one night. So I was able to get 3 portions that I need for the batch of cookies that I make, enough to put into the batter and enough to place on top of the cookies before they go into the oven. Now, like I said, I probably only need 1 of these bowls for my batch of cookies. The other 2, I vacuum sealed up, and I could put these in the freezer. And I can actually save them for next Christmas as well. They're gonna do great. I've done this before. I now have 1 bowl ready to go for the Christmas cookies here in just a couple of weeks, and 2 for my shelf or in my freezer. Okay, my apron is on, and I wanna share with you a really fun treat. I saw these videos, it's viral all over TikTok and Instagram, of these like candied cranberries, and they literally explode when you bite into them. They make this really loud, like popping noise. I have always wanted to try them. So I decided to make them for Thanksgiving and bring them to the family so they can all get in on the fun. So this recipe involves soaking the berries and then coating them in powdered sugar. So you need a bag of fresh cranberries. I couldn't get my hands on the small 12-ounce bag, so I'm just gonna do them with this whole 2-pound bag. So I'm gonna just dump them in this strainer and start feeling around for any soft berries. Like, we wanna get rid of any of the bad ones or the ones that are too soft. We want them hard, we want them to make that popping noise. And then I'm gonna rinse these off. Then you're gonna need 2 types of beverages to have the cranberries soak in. Everybody recommends Sprite and orange juice. All right, now that the cranberries are ready, we're gonna pour in our beverages. Some people say 2 cups of the soda and 2 cups of the juice. I saw a recipe where it was 2 cups of the soda and 1 cup of the juice. So I'm gonna do even parts of soda and juice today. So 2 cups of the orange juice going in. Oops, yeah, I'm known to make a mess. Oh well, but you could use pineapple juice, cranberry juice, anything really. I'm using Sprite Spiced Cranberry, but other people have used ginger ale. And if you want to make it the adult version, you can use Prosecco. 2 cups of the Sprite going in. So we're gonna cover these and place in the refrigerator for 24 hours. A lot of the recipes said that it's important to wait the full 24 so that the juices and the soda penetrate through the cranberry skin and get fully absorbed. Okay, the next day after the cranberries have soaked, I preheated the oven to 200 degrees. And then I drained the cranberries. And they were still like damp from the juice and the soda, which is what we want because we're gonna cover these in powdered sugar. Now you could do this back in the same bowl or a large Ziploc bag. I've seen some recipes say to use 1 cup of powdered sugar for the 12-ounce bag. But for this, you're just gonna need enough powdered sugar to cover them. So I used a couple of cups here. Cover them, shake them up the best as you can. We want to coat these as best as we can, basically. Get that powdered sugar all over them. So shake them up. Okay, you're going to take a baking sheet, cover it with aluminum foil, or you can use parchment paper. and spread them out all over that. And we're gonna bake this for just 5 minutes. Allow them to cool, then place the cranberries into the fridge. I just put this in my second fridge, still on the tray, but you could put the warm cranberries into your serving bowl and pop that into the fridge. Now, some people skip that part, they didn't do it. Other people suggested putting it into the fridge, and I highly recommend it that way as well. For a few hours, basically. Get them nice and cold. Woo! That is a burst of flavor. Holy cow. This is fun. These taste amazing. These are so good. It's like little candies. So these will always taste different with whatever juice and soda you use, but oh my word. Wow. These are good. I know, right? You have that tangy cranberry, but then you get the sweet. I think it's how you put it in your mouth too to get the pop.
That was a good pop.
We took them to Thanksgiving. A lot of people knew what they were. They saw the video and they were really excited to try them. It's been 2 days since Thanksgiving and they still have their pop. Okay, just stored the leftovers. They can go back in the fridge if you want, or room temperature, and you have up to 5 days to enjoy them. And now that Thanksgiving is done, I'm able to put our beautiful Christmas tablescape down. The placemats are from Hobby Lobby a few years back, and these plates I got from HomeGoods last year. They're just plastic plates and they're super sturdy. So on the nice wooden charger is the dinner plate, the salad plate, and then the bowl. So these bowls I found at the DI this year. I think I grabbed 6 of those, and the glasses are from the Dollar Tree from last year, I believe. Now this isn't just for decoration. We can use these on a daily basis. But now that the kids are older, I just love having the table set in some way because then clutter doesn't gravitate toward it. And clutter during the Christmas season gets my anxiety up. I just love how it looks. It's so pretty, simplistic, and just makes me cheerful. It makes me want to get the family around the table. So the little touches of decorating are done. The home feels cozy and inviting. And now we just need to have our kickoff dinner to decorate the trees and really start the season as a family. I know there's so many things we want to do with family and friends this holiday season, and we want to do all the things. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, all right, with my brain fog and how I've been feeling lately, like what is one big stress releaser I could do this holiday season? Releaser? Reliever. Jeez. Don't overplan this season. Just pick like 1 or 2 main things that we want to do. And if nothing else happens, then we feel good. And I'm like, I make this whole list of things I would love to do. And then I feel bad if I can't, you know, help our family accomplish them. And then I kind of get bummed out, but it's like, come on. So we need to choose the traditions that fill us up and not drain us. Maybe, you know, snuggle up on the couch with the blanket and watch a Hallmark movie. Oh my gosh, speaking of Hallmark movies, I used to never be a Hallmark girl. I saw some Hallmark Christmas movies and I'm like, they're okay. But they seem super cheesy to me, and you always know the plot line. Like they're always the same, you know, girl goes back to her country life from the big city, bumps into her ex-boyfriend, happens to be divorced or didn't get married just like she, and you know, they get together and la 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 la. But the other night, Derek and I snuggled up on the couch and we watched The Christmas Train. That was really good. Really good. I was surprised. So just find a time to like literally do nothing. Recharge. That sounds so good. I can't wait to do that. I'm a sweatpants hoodie girl, so you know, bra off. Like I can't wait to take this off. So excited. I gotta hurry up and make this for you because I gotta take my bra off. I feel so much better. All right, friends, if you need more inspiration and motivation during this holiday season, then click on these videos here. I'm going to be sharing with you breakfast recipes, dinner recipes, tips and tricks for the season. I'll meet you over there. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.